For some days now, I've been asking myself some questions. Why are Mount Kenya leaders against Rigathi Gachagua? If you look at the elected leaders, they are against Rigathi. Non-elected leaders are also against Rigathi. Does it mean they know something the ground does not know about Rigathi Gachagua? Just a few days ago, William KABOGO dropped a bombshell on Rigathi Gachagua concerning Uhuru Kenyatta's Northlands farm raid. Let's have a look at what KABOGO said. Honorable William KABOGO, we also agreed we must not use the administration to harass other Kenyans for political differences. Who ordered people to invade Uhuru's land? Don't treat any widow or orphans badly and they cry out to me. You can be sure that I'll hear their cry. I'll be furious and I'll kill you with a sword. Then your wives will be widows and your children will be orphans. Exodus 22:23-24. In our early analysis about 4 days ago, we did a detailed analysis on this William KABOGO's remarks. KABOGO was just dropping a bombshell on those who raided Uhuru Kenyatta's Northlands farm. And we all know fingers are being pointed towards Rigathi Gachagua. It's widely believed he might have played a critical role in the raid at Uhuru Kenyatta's Northlands farm. And we also know, immediately William Ruto and Rigathi took over, Rigathi has been very arrogant, very bossy, and full of himself. To a point, he was even threatening some Kenyans. We remember him saying he was to deal with Raila Odinga with finality. The same Rigathi Gachagua. Before we continue, let's listen to John Mututho now mocking Rigathi Gachagua. Listen to this.
Mzigo wake mwenyewe na kila mtu wewe, kila mtu atabeba mzigo wake mwenyewe. Hawa watu wanajuana, tunajuana. What I would tell my friend Gachagua, with a lot of humility and respect, I would ask him just to resign quietly, plan his game again, and not force all these kind of hulabaloo we are going to hear, including where he slept yesterday and which hotel he bought or he did not buy. That's unnecessary. Let's talk about how shall we make Kenya a better place. We are aware there were pre-election deals. If we didn't have a deal, we didn't have a deal. The next elections we'll have proper deals, and then the matter ends up there. I will not bother the list whether somebody has been appointed a minister or a CS or whatever it is.
Kila mtu atabeba mzigo wake mwenyewe. That's what John Mututho is saying. So in short, Mututho is just mocking Rigathi Gachagua. And it's just coming a few days after KABOGO's bombshell. Why is it that these leaders are against Rigathi Gachagua? I want us to put all this into perspective for Kenyans to understand what is happening here better. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. If you want to know the true character of a man, give him power, and you will know his true character. For those who are doubting William Ruto, in 2 years they now know William Ruto's true character. And for any other person who was doubting Rigathi Gachagua, in the past 2 years, Rigathi's true characters have been exposed. A very bossy, arrogant person, very divisive. Rigathi has been exposed in 2 years. We also know that power do attracts. Anybody with power or wielding power will attract people to his side. Rigathi is attracting some people today because of his position as a deputy president. If he loses that position, Rigathi will remain alone. Even the few leaders still talking about him will dump him. The ground he thinks will support him, that ground will dump him. Right now, the ground supports Rigathi because he's the senior most leader on the mountain. And Rigathi is on record saying he should be supported because he's the senior most leader on the mountain. If another leader emerges from the mountain, and maybe that leader is appointed a deputy president, will Rigathi support that leader because he's the senior most leader on the mountain? Rigathi normally talks without looking at the bigger picture. We still remember Rigathi seriously pressing Ruto, calling him wewe ni mfalme wetu. And not once, not twice, but on several occasions, he has been seriously pressing Ruto. In fact, Rigathi has been William Ruto's sycophant. It's only recently, when he realized Ruto was shortchanging him, that things started falling apart. But if William Ruto had not shortchanged Rigathi, Rigathi could have been William Ruto's #1 sycophant. I still remember what Rigathi did last year during the opposition demonstrations. That's a person who should not be sympathized with. Rigathi does not look at the bigger picture. When he was attacking Uhuru Kenyatta, attacking Raila Odinga, was he looking at the bigger picture? When he was silent when Kenyans were going through a lot of pain economically as a result of increased taxes, was he listening to the ground? Rigathi is coming out to me as just a hypocrite. Somebody is just trying to take advantage of Kenya's political naivety and most of the mountains ground. He's taking advantage of the mountains ground. I've said severally in this forum that Rigathi should resign. He has no option. He has to resign. Ruto is going to impeach him. The bus has already left the station. Rigathi has no numbers in parliament and in the Senate. 291 MPs have signed to impeach Rigathi. That's over 80% of members of the National Assembly. That's a big number. Being impeached by over 80% of MPs, that shows you clearly how unpopular Rigathi is. And maybe the ground does not know Rigathi. These elected leaders, the MPs, they know one another. The ground does not know Rigathi Gachagua, and that's why they are talking about Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi's only track record we can remember is when he was a Dio. Kenyans do assume these things, and that's why it's important for us to keep reminding Kenyans. Rigathi's track record can only be remembered when he was a Dio and what he did as a Dio. He has no track record of listening or helping the people. He just has a track record of oppressing the people. And that's a fact, ladies and gentlemen. So Kenyans talking about Rigathi Gachagua, wake up. This one's telling us about Rigathi. Rigathi is playing the same trick Ruto did play. It appears there is a section of our population that can easily be lied to, and they buy the lies. If Rigathi waits to be impeached, he will be blocked from holding a public office. And besides resigning, Rigathi should also spill to us more beans on how things have been going on in this government. Let him also talk. Let us know some things. If he can't spill the beans now, then he should forever keep his silence. We don't want that after he's impeached, he comes and starts telling us that, things were this way. No. Let him talk right now before he's impeached. We want to hear some interesting information, some expose. Let Rigathi talk, ladies and gentlemen. Let me stop it there. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Any person watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. If Rigathi is impeached, his impeachment should serve as a lesson and a warning to some Kenyans who never learn. And in most of my videos, I keep on repeating these things for Kenyans to understand them very well. Rigathi's impeachment should be a lesson to Kenyans who every now and then they vote along ethnic lines. They choose hate at the expense of unity. Emotional votings will never help. And even those saying that they will punish the MPs who have impeached Rigathi, yes, you will punish them by electing some quacks, people who will not serve you again. And then it will be the same story again, that these leaders are not serving us. Don't vote out of hate or out of emotions. Vote in good leaders who can serve you people. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.